Hey, it's Joe. Good to see you again. Just thought I'd check in and let you know how I've been doing and what I've been doing over the last week. I didn't have the greatest signal of time, so I haven't bothered to upload much. And also, I wanted a bit of news to tell you. First of all, I noticed yesterday that I've got over 100 subscribers now, so that's very exciting and unexpected. I need a beard cut, don't I? So no, I'm really happy about that. It's like having 100 or 113, I think it is, new friends, and especially with the comments that are coming through, kind of really encouraging, really interesting, and some really helpful with advice. So I really appreciate that, and I love getting the comments and hearing what people have to say. So thank you very much. And I think I've replied to all the comments. If I haven't, I'll go through again today and just double check. So sorry if I haven't replied. Got my better glasses on. They're varifocals. I haven't been wearing them because they're a little bit expensive, so I was wearing some cheaper ones, but I managed to lose them. How I managed to lose some glasses in a caravan or a motorhome, I don't know, but perhaps they'll turn up. It's probably where if I've been moving around and unpacking things up, putting things away, I've shoved them in the cupboard somewhere. So yeah, hopefully they'll turn up, because they're fine. They're really nice, but I don't want to break them. And I find them I'm still getting used to them. So I've got to kind of try and I'll try and wear them more often, but I'm gonna have to wear them all the way through this. As usual, I have done a few notes, so excuse me if I look down a bit. But no, thank you for the likes and comments and subscribing. It's really kind. I appreciate it. Right, I was in Longmeadow, that was near Brockenhurst. I moved back from there on Monday back to Long Beach in the New Forest. It's so lovely there. It's so peaceful. Longmeadow was lovely, ran by lovely people, and just a lovely place to be. But it got quite busy with it wasn't rowdy. It just got busy with kind of people, and there were kind of a few vans turning up that were spread about, but they're all kind of friends. So you kind of get quite largish groups of friends kind of hanging out, which was nice, but not as peaceful as I was kind of used to it. So that was lovely to get back to Long Beach. The only thing about Long Beach, if ever you plan on going, it's a lovely place. I can't recommend it enough. But obviously you don't get services apart from water and loo waste. And just be prepared with kind of shopping. If you need things, get your supplies in. It's not particularly handy to go shopping from. And also, if you find a spot that you really like, if you go out before kind of 1 o'clock, before check-in times, it's probably better, because I'd be worried about going out around check-in and afterwards and then coming back and somebody's kind of taken the spot that you've kind of spent time finding. So excuse me, still got the hay fever. I'm trying to keep up to date with the pills, to keep it less sniffy. So it's really getting to me at the moment, and perhaps it's being more outside than I ever have for a long time. But it's got to be expected. It's the time of year, and I've always had hay fever, so I just get used to it. Long Beach, yes, loved it. Get supplies though. Just be prepared for a few days, if anything. Sorry, another I got the extra solar panel. I think I told you about it. So I fitted that outside as more of being a flexible one on the side of the van, and I fixed the other one to the front of the van and trying to position the van so it would kind of get all day sunlight, especially the one on the windscreen, because that got the most kind of strongest sunlight in the afternoon through to the evening. So I was kind of happy with that. With the other one, I was happy to move around. I got extra extensions for it, so it all kind of worked together, and I was really chuffed. It took the pressure of solar away completely. Obviously, when I was buying the power bank and the solar panel to start with, I didn't quite realize how you've got to allow for more kind of input than what you think. So I really feel like that's sorted now. Somebody suggested putting them on the roof. I think that's probably a long-term plan of getting solar probably properly installed up on the roof. But for now, I'm very happy with what I've got, and I'll just make do with it. I do have a clip of how I set it up, so I'll put that in just now. I'll try to remember this time, because I think last time I didn't remember clips, so I'll try to remember. One thing I have been doing, which has been great, not probably great for my hay fever, but I've been doing loads of walking, probably walking about 6 or so kilometres a day. Really enjoyed it, especially around New Forest. It's been so lovely, so peaceful. You don't see that many people either. When I was in Long Meadow, the main kind of walk to Brockenhurst, that might get, I say busy, you know, you might pass a few couples and a few dog walkers, but it was just everyone was lovely and just saying hello to them. So really happy that I've been walking more and getting more into the walking and feeling the need to get out every day. So that's been lovely. I have got a couple of clips of the walks as well, only kind of 30 seconds or so, nothing too much, just showing kind of where I was walking through. And I think perhaps, you know, helpful if you wanted to visit this part of the world, or if you're just interested in what it looks like, because I had no idea before I came to New Forest. I had absolutely no idea actually where it was. I think I've said that, and what it would be like. I loved it, and I'd definitely come back. It's definitely somewhere I want to come back to. I think the ums are to stop me from sniffing, so excuse me. Right, the next plan of action is I'm going back to Torquay tomorrow, which will be Thursday. I'm going to go and stay for 2 weeks at the same campsite I was before from my very first video. That's called Widdicombe, but you won't probably, it'd be lovely if I get a nice view, but probably won't get kind of the same view that I was showing you before, because I haven't gone for the full fancy site. I've gone for a decent one, you know, with the water and electric, and I think it might still come with the loo waste, but it's not kind of their top site, so they sell that with the views. And I think it's got the grey waste. It's kind of got everything on one pitch, which I haven't gone for because obviously I can't keep spending that type of money out. And also I'm feeling a lot more confident with the van. Tomorrow, I think it'll be a month to the date I've been living in this motorhome, and I've got to say I'm feeling a lot more confident. I really am enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot, but I'm feeling a lot more confident living in the van. I feel safe, I feel secure, and also it really does feel like home now. I don't think there's much else I want to kind of do within the van. I think longer term, because it'll require a bit of saving, is I'd like to replace the fridge. I don't know if I've said about this before, but this van is 25 years old, and the fridge will be the age of the van. It's not the best. It's okay. I tend to run it on gas rather than electric. It seems to work better and colder that way. When I was on electric, it doesn't seem to be all that great at keeping things cold, but it doesn't seem to use much gas. And where I'm going tomorrow, the gas is slightly cheaper than anywhere else, so I don't mind if I use some up. So that's one thing I'd change, kind of longer term. I'm trying to think of anything else, so I'm just having a look around. There was something else, but I just can't remember what it was. So yeah, tomorrow I've got to do a bit of driving, but I'll tell you in a second. I've actually moved again. Yesterday I moved to a place called Portsham, I think it's called, in Dorset. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's another lovely campsite. I must say the facilities are lovely. It's got 2 loo and shower blocks and a laundry facility and washing up facilities. The loos and the showers are spotless and lovely. I went to both of them just to have a look. Well, when I first arrived, I went to the nearest one, bursting for a wee, and I thought this is really nice. And where my pitch is, I'm between the 2, so I went over to the others, and it looks like just metal boxes. I wasn't quite sure what to make of it, but I went in, and my goodness, inside they're like brand new bathrooms in there with like fancy lovely lighting above the mirrors. The showers are really, really deep and wide. All of the showers have an overhead and a handheld shower. You can change the temperatures on them. It's just like little treats that this has been a first so far. So I've had a good shower this morning, although I'm boiling in the van today. I can't open the door because it's so windy. They'd all be slamming and everything be blowing everywhere, so I'm a little bit warm at the moment. My glasses are steaming up. I moved here, as I say, yesterday, and I think that broke into about half of the journey back to Torquay. And I thought the last time I drove all the way, I was a little bit kind of shaky by the end of it. So yesterday I really enjoyed the drive. About a third of it was on dual carriageway, and although I like to stick at about 50, I found myself going between 50 and 60 when I wasn't thinking about it too hard. So I definitely think the confidence in driving has got a lot better. I'm still going to take my time with it. Tomorrow I'll take my time. When I check out, I'll see how I go. If I want to stop, I'll stop, and just try to enjoy the journey rather than the worry that I've been going through. One thing I did do today, I went through to a place called Abbotsbury, which is only 2 miles down the road. I actually drove there because it was so windy, and also I remember from coming into this area, they are kind of B roads, I think, but they're 50 miles an hour with no paths. And I thought, that seems a bit dangerous, and with all the farm vehicles, and then you've got kind of the delivery trucks going up and down at least 50 miles an hour. I didn't fancy walking that, but I went through to Abbotsbury. I put in a clip. It's beautiful, a lovely, lovely village. Really handy spa there. So I got some supplies. I was able to buy some cigarettes, a couple of bottles of cider for this evening, and just have a look around. It's like little art galleries, and really, really lovely to look at. Talking about the facilities here as well, I forgot to say that they do have, it's called the Old Mill, just at the entrance of the site, and it's got all vending machines. There's lovely kind of, they've got bread, and they've got all kind of the essentials, and then they've got one where you can get fresh milk, but also you can get various freshly made milkshakes. So I thought I'll try one. So I've just got one here. I went for black cherry, and what you do, you can either get a free kind of large cup to put in the vending machine, but they had those metal bottles, that people go around with water in and what have you. I think they're only about, I think it was about £14 for a really nice one. So I got that from the vending machine, then put that in and got this, and I'm really enjoying it. It's lovely. And to be able to get fresh milk, it came in semi-skimmed or full fat. It's all local. They told you the farm it comes from. And although I don't, as a rule, drink milk, I was really tempted with the idea. So I'm enjoying it for now. And then back to the oat milk once this is finished. But it's been lovely. I think I would recommend it here. As you can see, there's a caravan behind me. I didn't really want to film that way, but I can see nobody's in it. I think they've just got a seasonal pitch because there's no car within. It seems pretty kind of sealed up. So I thought I'm safe to film this way, but I didn't want to film out of any of the other windows because there's people and caravans. It's kind of, you're kind of terraced along in, obviously where I was to start with in Widdicombe, they didn't terrace them quite so much, and you had a bit of privacy between, as far as I could tell. I mean, I'll tell you when I get there with a different type of pitch. And then with Long Beach, you can park wherever you want, as long as you're 6 meters away from another vehicle, which was really good. So I'm playing my pen, that's a clicking. And then at Long Meadow, everything was kind of staggered, kind of diagonally, really, where I was, and you were pretty well spaced, so you didn't feel quite so terraced. This place, it could do with like a little kind of fence or something between, or even hedging would take probably quite a long time, but some fencing just between, just to add kind of to that little boundary, especially if you're here for a couple of weeks, you might feel a little bit on top of each other. I think a lot of people on their left hand side, from where I'm sitting, that's where you'd put your awning. So perhaps that's one of the things. I mean, there were quite a few people with awnings, and then to your right, obviously the person would probably put their awning out, so that would probably help quite a lot. But I only have like one of those awnings that you can, like a roof awning that you can wheel out, so I don't know what it's called, an awning but with no sides, you know. So that's me. I'm looking forward to going back to Torquay tomorrow. I ordered a pile of stuff to a local post office, you know, where I got my solar panels and bits and bobs delivered to recently, but half the stuff I wanted from Amazon wasn't allowed to be delivered to a post office counter. I'm not quite sure why that was, because I've ordered some trainers and some t-shirts and some underwear, you know, nothing that exciting, but these things weren't allowed, so they went to my old address with Steve's. He's been away, back today, so tomorrow I'll find out what he's up to, because he could have a guest, he could be busy, and either I'll, on the way to Torquay or going through Torquay, I'll pop in to see him, pick up the stuff, catch up, see how he is, what he's been up to, or I'll go and do a bit of shopping, go to the site, and if he's free then he'll come over to me. I'll probably register his car at the site, so he can come straight through and find me rather than parking the visitors thing. They were very good, they let us do that last time, so that was really handy. So I'm going to clean my glasses a bit, so I've got some reading to do. But during this video I'm going to try and put some clips in. There's some people walking around straight to it looked like they're coming straight towards my window, but I think I've blown off course, it's so windy. I'm going to put some clips in, not too long, just to show you what I've been up to and where I've been, so you can get an idea. The other thing I wanted to do, and I don't know whether it's worth doing, I bought recently, just because I thought it would be interesting, you know, the Diary of a CEO kind of talks, podcasts. I can't remember his name, but I bought a pack of the cards, and I thought, actually, why not pick one? I haven't sorted them, but this was the first one in the pack. So basically I picked it out, thought I'd read it out, thought I'd answer it, but if anybody else wants to answer in the comments what they think, or if what they think of my answer, that would be great. So the first one is, I don't know if you can see it, but I'll read it out. What was the most valuable lesson you've learned in the past year and why? And that's by Marie Forleo. I had to look up Marie Forleo. She's an American entrepreneur and motivational speaker, amongst other things. So obviously she's been on his podcast, and I'll put this at the back, and next time I'll try the next one. So my answer, I did have a think about it half an hour ago before I set up the camera. Well, on my phone, I don't have a fancy camera or anything, as you can probably tell. I think the answer for me would be the most valuable things in the last year. Obviously, if you've looked at my videos before, I think not taking things for granted and learning to be more independent, or just generally independent. Yeah, as you probably know, the breakup came as quite a shock. I was quite blindsided by that. That happened on New Year's Eve a few months ago, and it was when I assumed everything was fine, and probably that was quite silly at the moment, because things weren't exactly fine. They were good. I thought they were good, but nothing to break up about, but it happened. So I think, I'm not saying with taking things for granted, always be ready for the end of a relationship. I never want to be like that, constantly worrying about, is this person feeling that way about me? And you'd hope there'd be enough communication, and hopefully that wouldn't just be any kind of thing blindsiding as a normal thing with couples. But it does happen. I've experienced it, and I've heard that it can happen. You think everything's fine, you think you're doing everything properly, or you think you're showing enough love, and the other person changes over that time. So I think actually it's more being ready for, not taking things for granted, as in being ready for change, and whether it's big or small, be more ready, and don't take everything that it's going to stay the same forever. There could be a change, and to be resilient enough to cope with it. And the other thing is really, I've always been a little bit anxious and a bit, I don't know, a bit anxious, let's leave it at that. And so I want to be as independent as possible for myself. And this isn't just for going into a relationship, because I don't even know if I'm interested in relationships, especially at the moment. But I'd like to maintain independence, and I'd expect the other person to do the same if it came to a relationship. But also be independent as in I don't feel conscious of walking around doing things like, you know, when I'm going to see a village this morning, or if I want to go and see something, to be able to do it solo, be able to do it on my own, and not feel conscious, not feel embarrassed. I feel quite good about that so far because of having that month-long trip to Spain and navigating that, and going to, you know, things and seeing tourist stuff and not feeling conscious of being on my own, being able to sit by myself. Bizarrely enough, with me saying about anxiety, I've never felt it if I go to a bar or a pub. I'm more than happy to eat and drink on my own. That has never been a problem. Sorry, I feel really hot. But I think it's more like if I wanted to go and sit on the beach, or, you know, if you want to go and sit on your own on a bench, I feel really conscious about doing things like that. It's daft, isn't it? So I think learning to be more independent and be happy with myself to do things on my own. What about you? If you want to answer, it doesn't have to be serious, or it doesn't have to be kind of too deep. But what about you? How would you answer that question? Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I can't think of any news, but when I get back to Torquay, I'll show you what I've bought and just have a general tittle tattle again then. I hope you're all having a good week. Hopefully this will go out on Wednesday. It's Wednesday today. I'll just add in the clips. You know me, I don't bother editing anything else. Add in the clips with probably a little bit of music on, so you don't hear me kind of on the gravel or heavy breathing. That wouldn't be very pleasant. And I just hope you're all having a good week, looking forward to the weekend, and hopefully planning, if you're into camping or motorhoming, or you live in a motorhome, you're planning something nice. And I'll speak to you all soon. See you all soon. Take care now. Here's the awkward turn the camera off bit. Take care. Bye bye.